Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better, no.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. So, sorry I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, just had a lot going on. But today we are going to be replacing something that is in big time need now. So let me show you guys what's up. But real quick, I also want to thank my friend Nancy for getting me this hat up in Pennsylvania. I'm a huge Roberto Clemente fan. My family is from Puerto Rico, and you know, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. I've always wanted a hat that had his number on it, and she found it up there for me, and it's got his like a picture over there, just talks about the great one. So huge fan. I'm so thankful, Nancy, that you got this for me. Really appreciate it. So let's go check out what happened. Well, this finally happened. So the awning had been tearing for quite some time. Slowly, you could see it right there up at the top left there. And then it was just kind of slowly tearing. And then finally the other day, it tore off, which means that it won't roll this up. So thankfully, you know, the mechanism and all that stuff, this is all fine. It's just I need a new fabric. So found a local place. They are coming today, actually coming this morning. The part came in yesterday, so he's gonna be here first thing today and get the new one put up, because we are leaving actually not tomorrow, we're leaving Sunday. Let me talk to you guys about that. So yeah, we're gonna be on the road again, not too far away, and I'll show you guys once we get up that way. But yeah, we're gonna go leave this place here. We've been here for a couple of months now, and we're going to go up to a little further north here in Florida. We have to stay in Florida still for what, you know, my mom's still not doing well, and I want to stay as close as possible to her, to you know, if she needs anything, then I can be of availability to her. But yeah, so we're going to be leaving this spot here for at least 2, possibly 3 months, and then after that, we're not really sure what we want to do. I really want to just get on the road, guys. I think this time we want to start kind of heading west, but we'll see. We'll just kind of see where it goes. I'm going to kind of leave this all up to God and let him let us know what we're going to do. So yeah, so but right now I'm just going to really just focus on these next couple of months and just kind of see where the future holds for us. So yeah, lots to think about, but lots to pray about, and see where we're going to kind of end up. I don't know yet, so we'll see where it goes. So yeah, so the next couple of days, all I'm going to be doing is, hopefully once this thing is done, everything's going to be fine, no issues there, and then start packing things up. I need to turn on the RV because I haven't turned this thing on in 2 months, so hopefully it cranks up. We shouldn't have any issues though. If not, you know, I've got a battery starter, we're good to go. And then just make sure the tires are good. Going to empty the tanks, put a little bit of more water in there, just to, you know, it'll kind of, it's good to have stuff in there, you know, sloshing around in there, because it kind of frees up any of the junk that kind of sits at the bottom. And then when you get to the next destination, then you empty it out and you get a nice, good set of clean tanks. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing that here in the next couple of days. And we're not going very far. I think, you know, in the RV drive, it's going to be probably about 2 hours, actually just under 2 hours, you know, because you're not driving as fast as you would in a vehicle, in a car, I should say. And you know, depending on traffic and all that other stuff, but let's say it's going to be under 2 hours and get it set up. And then yeah, so we're excited because it's going to be a little closer to the east coast of Florida, and there's going to be a lot to do up there too. So I'll show you guys once we get up there and get some more videos over that area. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay guys, it's called the Mobile Toy Doctor. Let me show you guys here. This is Robert, the Mobile Toy Doctor. This is all his contact information, and he is going to be putting up our new awning. How exciting! Along with his grandson, which is really cool. Robert, how are you?
Well, it's great. Beautiful day. We've got a little bit of an overcast. We're not dealing with that melting 95 degrees that yesterday could have been. But man, it's a great day.
Yes, it is.
See if we can get this covered, get you some folks some shade for when we do have them days again.
Let's do it.
Here, I want to make sure that these don't snap up. Right now, all we're going to do is pull this tube off.
Okay.
I'll drill these out, pull this, and we'll take this old fabric off and put it back on.
Awesome.
So right now, I just want to make sure the weight of this should hold this down, but I want to verify. Okay. hold it. Then I'll get my grandson on this side. You gotta hold this. I'm just verifying that these don't swing up. Okay. There we go. But I like to reset these on my own. So I'll reset that in before we put it in. There's a big spring in there, like a garage door.
Okay.
All right, set this down here. And the other is your fabric, and they slip and slide in.
Okay.
I'm just going to put a V here. And F for fabric. And once I pull it out, there's a motor. What you see me doing, that's all it is. I'll pick all this trash up. But that's basically, that'll show you how to replace a motor.
Okay.
But you can do that up top if you have a assistant, someone helping you hold everything up.
Okay.
These things, if you ever go to move them, like I said, yours had the fabric off, so they were already fully extended. These things should always be zip tied up in place. If you go to pull this off and that thing snaps up, it will bust your nose, it'll bust your arm, it'll kick you off the ladder.
Okay.
There's a lot more tension on there than really feeling now.
Right. So guys, there is only one motor, but
so on this side, inside of here, you'll feel this, and I'll spin this. And I'm preloading it, and I'll do that and pin it. So under here, you'll see how this thing's kicking back? There's literally a door spring in here. It runs to about here, and it's just like a door. And what it does is that's what assists it coming in. So the motor pushes it out. That preloads this. And as you're preloading this, I said that it'll assist in there. But this here, so see how this whole thing?
Yep.
Hold this on for a second. I'm gonna let this go, see how it spins around. So when that thing's fully preloaded, it'll bust your knuckles and everything.
Okay.
Usually I can pin them, but I'm pulling it out and I want to preload this anyway, just because it's been setting here. I want to get the right turns on it.
Gotcha.
I want to make sure that when we bring it in, it comes in nice and smoothly. It's not flying in. Just want to get the tension correct.
Okay.
So the reason I marked that is because now I know where the valance and everything goes. So what's going to happen is we're just going to leave this here. I'm going to pull everything from up there. I'm going to shut this arm, pin it back, and then we'll start feeding the new fabric through.
Okay.
So once we get the new fabric, we'll have to notify the missus just so she doesn't come out while the fabric, because the fabric's going to hang.
Gotcha.
Then from there, I'm going to feed that tube back into the fabric on the new tube and just push that whole tube back in.
Gotcha.
Then we'll go up and get it in place and preload everything.
All right, let's do it.
So you can see the tension that's on this arm. So I'm going to pin this back. This thing's almost like if you've ever used a belt sander, when you change the belt on it, you've got a little piece on it. You turn it for it to come in and out. So this is going to be one of our adjustments. Once we get the fabric on and screwed to where it doesn't move and it's centered, we'll open and close this a few times and adjust this so that these arms are closing properly.
Okay.
So we're just centering everything.
Sounds good.
All the fabric is pulled off, so it's really giving me nothing to grab onto this cord. This is a poly cord, and that's what really the fabric wraps around it. It's centered around it. your poly cord.
I saw some videos out there of people just saying, you know, DIY on these.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine doing this.
Oh, you mean on by yourself?
Yeah.
Or, well, actually, awnings are not my favorite.
No.
I don't know. Air conditioners, I think, are my favorite. I don't know why. I guess because you're on the roof, you can really see the whole park. Well, awnings just, it's part of the job.
Yep.
It's part of the business. But I guess every tech probably has something that they really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So, it runs through. You'll notice it's a little long. It's a little thicker than these. Because here you're going to have your valance poly and then the insert. So you have two sort of holding this in. This is your main one that's holding all that tension, and when you have wind kicking up and such forth, so that's why the thickness is so much different.
Gotcha.
Get this trash over, so when we pull that fabric, it doesn't get caught. Because what will happen is this fabric's 18 foot, so I'll be feeding it up. I'll have my grandson pulling it in, but what I have to do is I have to be mindful of this edge and this edge. Now I could take this arm off and everything and not worry with that. The issue with that is now I've broken all your good sealing points, this and that. So it's better, I'll round this over. It's a little easier to take time, be a little bit more cautious and careful with what you're doing and preparation.
Gotcha.
So you're not ripping anything.
Okay.
Now is
Guys, this is the new awning. Oh my goodness, this is much nicer than the one that was on here. And then apparently the one that we had was white underneath, but it was really dirty. But this one's the same color on both sides, so that's going to be really nice when we get that up there.
It'll be on him to pull it. What you'll do, son, is when you get down here, you'll stop that fabric right about here. But I have to be mindful of watching him and feeling, and if it gets snagged or something. So right here you've got a joint. I've opened it up, so we've lubed it. So we just go slow because of the end.
Okay.
So what I'll do is, I'm going to get up top and have you hand me that. Okay, and then remember it goes behind the ladder. If you want to come up and start. Let me know when you run out of room, so. Gotta go behind the ladder, there you go. Just be careful as you pull it, because if you got a snag, stop. You good? Nope, hang on, come back. Alright, let's go back in. Hang on. Alright. You know? Let me get a snag.
Yeah, it's gonna get you.
Up, come back. Alright, go back in, slow. Slow, get ready. There you go. Come on. Come on. Alright, so how far are you on your end?
Oh, it's still,
Out 3 feet?
probably about
3 fingers maybe?
I'll come in more than.
All right, bring it towards you a little. All right, we're good. All right. Even if it takes an additional hour or 2, you'll always protect the customer's property. You take time, think about it, this and that. It's so much easier to move something, make sure it's protected, than it is to rush on and get it done. I would rather take all day doing an hour job than tear up something trying to do this hour job quick.
Okay.
So it's a philosophy I try to pass on to my grandkids. It was always passed on to me. Just take the time to do it correctly and protect everything around you.
Do it right the first time.
Do it right the first time. So what we're going to do is we're going to lube this, get it all on here, and let it hang down. Once it hangs down from there, I'll reinstall this motor, rivet it back on here, then from there we'll be ready to lift it up.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you want to go ahead. All right, there you go. And we're just giving a little lubrication to help slide that plenty. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it. All right, there you go. Just a little bit more right here. This is where we're starting. All right, so Dometic sends you protective cap. I keep these. They're really nice. It keeps, usually you sand these corners and everything, but they're so gracious about giving these caps out.
Nice.
So watch that end down there, because we don't want that to come off. And this is usually the hardest part about this stage. Just getting everything wrapped around and moving in. All right, so let's bring it towards me a little. I'll get slow. Alright, bring it towards me. Keep on. Just go slow until it hit a snag. Okay, hang on. Remember, once you hit a snag, you gotta stop. You got it still? Alright, bring it towards me. Alright, hold on. You got it? Alright, walk it towards me. Do. I'm going to take this, take that last one. I've got the whole thing. Bring it around. Put it up under. No, back up front. Now we're stable again. So I'll let you take that part of the tube. All right, are we ready? Okay, hang on. My piece came off. Might not be able to get this back on. Try. Alright, so I'll bring it towards me. Keep on. Hold on. Hit a snag. I think we're getting ready to get soaked. This motor from Dometic, that thing runs like $500. They sell a Chinese one that's half this size. Depending on how much you use it and everything, that Chinese one does work fine, but it's half the size of it. If you buy a Dometic one, they're a premium price.
Okay.
So, but these usually don't go out, but when they do go out, like if this thing is coming out but not going in, always check that switch first.
Okay.
Or whatever, if you have a Firefly system or something, always check the electrical first. In a DC system, all this does is reverse polarity. So you can actually get up on a ladder with a multimeter and check your polarity. You know, red's going to be positive, black is negative. When you bring it in, they're going to reverse polarity. So you can check it right from the harness up top. But again, these are expensive motors.
Okay.
So now when you go to put these on, so you see where we have a hole. So this thing here, if I move this here, okay, that one will line up. But you have to make sure that they line up. And when you go to put all this in, this thing can be put in a couple different ways. So you basically verify that your arms are in the same position. Now that one's a little off because there's tension in here, but when we get it up and get moving it around, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
All right, turn these gloves. This is a cat's meow. Stainless steel one, so if I don't have something stuck in the end of it. The hand one will work you.
That's cool.
Now here at home, a regular one will work, but when you're doing stainless steel,
Yeah.
these things do not do so good. I hear Mr. Thunder out there.
Mm-hmm. So what is that tool called?
Just a rivet gun.
Rivet gun.
Yeah. They're a little expensive. It's about $235, but 56 years old and the old grippers, you know.
This will save your life right here.
Yeah, especially stainless steel rivets. I mean, they're a game changer. And this is going to pull, and it's designed to do the job. All right, so there's that itself in. There's probably going to be a little fight on this end because I can see these are a little off. So I'll have him, and I'm probably going to have to fight that a little bit and move that arm in.
Okay.
So if you ever go to do this, how I have that pin, and you can show them, that end with that spring needs to be pinned.
Okay.
First, before you ever pull this arm out. I said this thing is a, there's inside here, there's a coil. Just if you look at your garage door, that's what you have in here.
Okay.
If you don't pin this and this thing spins, it can bust a wrist. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there that showed what happens with them when they cut loose. So right now, because I didn't have it pinned and I did pull it out, I'm going to put it back in. I'm going to have a little bit of a fight with it.
Gotcha.
Trying to get that pin out. So,
Okay.
But I know this, and so just let you know you'll see me up there. I'll have him put his in first because then that'll give me a stable point to where I can work this. Then he can come down here and assist me trying to spin this and get that pin back out.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and then he can help me clean up a little, move stuff out the way.
Yeah.
So basically we're going to pull this back in. Then what we're going to do, like we normally do, I'll have you carry that up. Do you have the screw in your pocket?
Yeah,
Yes. No, you just have that one. I'll keep this one. And because this one, I'm going to end up holding this. So once you get yours in and put that screw in, then move this out of the way, and bring your ladder and set it right here. Because you'll be assisting me spinning this, trying to get that pin out. So, because of the way I did it incorrectly the first time, it'll be All right, go ahead and put yours in.
Oh man, this one's so much nicer. If you guys, I'm sure I had video from before where you guys saw the bottom of this, had the dirt lines along there that we needed to get pressure washed. But man, so much nicer. All right guys, so we're hooking up the motor.
All right, motor's hooked up. Now we're going to do is just reel this thing in and out because I want to adjust it.
Okay, let me hit the button. All right guys, so it is raining now, so I want to keep the awning closed, but it is awesome. It is set perfectly. I learned a couple things on it, so I can't be continuously extending it all the way to keep it at a 90-degree angle right when it hits the valance. And it is good to go. I wish I would open it. I'll open it. I'll show it to you guys later after it stops raining here. But Robert and Mason, you guys did an amazing job. Thank you both so much. Robert, any closing thoughts on, you know, and how people can get in contact with you?
Yeah, I'm here in Clermont. I live here. I don't travel in and out. My business is in Clermont. I'm a Florida resident. I've got a 50-mile radius from Clermont. You know, I don't do everything. I don't do roofs. I really don't do slide out floors or anything like that. I think there's guys out here that teams are more specialized to that. I'm an appliance guy, an awning guy, and electrical. I used to work for Dometic. I've worked for Hurley for 10 years. Industrial maintenance, machinist. I've got a huge background in hydraulics and electronics. And I'm just really doing this to help people. I'm not out here. I'm 57 years old. I've made great financial choices. I'm good for my life. I just want to help the community the best I could. I worked for Dometic Service for a few years doing the same thing, and now I'm on my own.
Yeah, and guys, I found him on Google. He has 5-star rating on there as well. And his previous customers and probably continuous customers and stuff, they just rave about him. So if you're in the Clermont, Orlando area and you're needing some RV servicing, I'm going to have all his contact information down below. I'm going to take a quick picture of his of the side of his van here so you guys have his information as well. But guys, great job. Thanks so much. Sorry I'm keeping you out here in the weather.
Appreciate it, Andy, and your adventure, I'm going to follow it. It's awesome that you started without the RV. And this is your journey. So many people start in the middle of it.
Yes.
You know, so it's going to be following, and definitely want to see where it leads you.
I love it, guys. Thanks again.
Storm and rain.
It's coming, guys. It's coming.
It's going to last for an hour and a half, and then it'll be gone, and we'll be cooking again.
Absolutely. Again, thanks, guys.